What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. And if you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows. We live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And you can also catch me live every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get it popping. Let's get into our video. And today, bro, we got to break something down for y'all. I'm going to give y'all the real reason why certain Terence Crawford fanboys or Terence Crawford, diehards, whatever you want to call them, why some of them, the real reasons why they don't want to talk about the business of boxing. The real reasons, right? Reason number one has everything to do with before the fight. Right? It's because in talking the business of boxing, they have nowhere to go with their debate. Because when you talk about the business of boxing, you have to talk about the numbers that we have reported. You have to talk about the drawing power. Mainly, you have to talk about the attendance of fans. How many people pay to go to that person's fight. You have to talk about the pay-per-view numbers. How many people pay to watch that person fight. And when you talk about those two things as it pertains to a potential fight with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, when you talk about those two things, bro, nothing comes out on Terence Crawford's side. And so as a result, they don't want to talk about it. All of a sudden, they just want to see the fight. Earl is ducking. All of these narratives that get pushed and get painted without wanting to talk about boxing in its entirety. Because when you get to talking about numbers and you get to talking about the actual fight as a whole, who gonna win in the fight, who's ducking who, and you bring the business of boxing into it and you start talking about these numbers, then a logical person can look at that and say, oh, Earl ain't ducking. PBC ain't ducking. The numbers just ain't in Bud's favor and he don't want to accept it. And so it's easy to come to that conclusion. And so when they have conversations, they want to throw the numbers out, talk about everything but that, because it'll never be in their favor. They can make jokes and shit. They might be more witty on the panel or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They might be able to move the goalposts, tell a joke that all the other Terence Crawford fans laugh at and shit. And that's just because they know they can't really sit down and talk about the numbers as it pertains to the fight. So they try to make it pocket watching, right? Or they try to make it, oh, you ain't a true boxing fan. Like, fans don't have no business. Fans don't have no business talking about the fight. That's reason number one. But the one I really want to focus in, because we've already made that point, I'm off of that, bro. I want to tell you mainly in this video why you should, as a boxing fan or a Terence Crawford fan, why you should want the business or the details of this fight, specifically if the fight don't get made. I'm here to tell you why you should, if you a real one, why you should want to know what the numbers was like, what offers was made, who turned down what, who accepted what, and who made this demand, who made that demand. You should want to know all of that, because you should want to know why you not getting the fight that you want as a fight fan. But see, again, some Terence Crawford fanboys don't want to know those types of things. And if the fight falls through, they just want to be able to say it was Errol Spence's fault. Because they will never give Bud Crawford the smoke if it turns out to be his fault. They will instead make excuses for him. Whereas someone like myself, I want to know why the fight falls through. Most importantly, number one, because I want to see the fight. So I want to know which fighter is more responsible for me not getting the fight that I want. And I won't know that without a shadow of a doubt unless I know what was offered, who turned down what was declined. Some people just like to speculate. Some people just want to continue to push a narrative. And so the less information that you have as a fight fan, the better for that content creator or the better for that person pushing that narrative, because you don't have the information to debunk what they're saying. And so that's why some of them don't want the numbers to come out. They don't want to hear about, well, he was offered this, but he turned that down, and he was offered that, but he turned that down. And they don't want to hear about it specifically because they get to keep their narratives going. They get to keep talking that bullshit, because the more information that you have as an educated fight fan, you can go into their chats. You can hop on panels and you can be like, hold up, bro, but he turned down this. Or hold up, bro, he turned down that. Or say he was asking for that. That's unrealistic. They don't want people to have that ammunition, so they don't want shit to come out. Whereas me, I want the fight, and I love the actual fight more than the fighter. So if the shit come out and Earl Spence, the fight didn't happen because Bud Crawford was willing to accept 60-40, but Earl Spence demanded on 70-30 for a pay-per-view split, I'm cooking Earl ass. I'm cooking him, roasting him. And it's Dallas, Texas all day over here. But I'm willing to cook whoever don't get me to fight. Whoever fault it is. A lot of guys ain't willing to do that, so they don't want the information. If it comes out, right, that Earl Spence was like, look, yeah, you know, they both agreed to 60-40 or 50-50. Shit, they agreed to everything else. But Earl Spence demanded that the fight be in Dallas, Texas, or he ain't take the fight. And so the fight falls through. And we get that information. I'm cooking Earl ass, bro. I'm going in like, say, bro, hold up. We ain't getting the undisputed fight because you demanded for the fight to be in Dallas, Texas? What kind of sucker shit is that, bro? What kind of sucker? No, bro, like, really? Oh, you ducking. I want to hear that shit. Fight got to be in Dallas? No, man. You beat his ass anywhere, right? So what? Like, I'm going to cook him. But see, the other side, they don't move like that. And that's why they could never mess with your boy Knockout, bro. That's why I get sneak diss videos and all kind of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I never get that direct one-on-one interaction. That let's hop on a panel and let's talk about it man to man and see who got the better argument. I never get that from those guys. I get videos, sneak disses, and all kind of weird shit, right? Because if it comes out, right, because I know the type, if it come out and the fight don't happen because Bud Crawford was demanding $20 million, but the PBC was offering to pay him $12, all right? I'ma look at Bud and be like, hold up, bro, the most you ever made was $6 million. They offered you double. They offered you double. And you turned that down. Plus the chance to be the first man to ever be undisputed in 2 separate weight classes. I'm cooking your ass. Just like I would cook Earl if it's his fault. And see, with that type of information, they would have to criticize Bud Crawford. And they hate Earl so much. And they want all these narratives that they've been pushing to be true so bad that they know if the information comes out about what offers was made and why the fight falls through, and if it's any inkling that it's Bud Crawford's fault that the fight not happening, they know that them channels, they might well rename themselves, rebrand themselves, not even talk boxing no more, to be real with you. And so that's why they don't want the information. These people would rather the fight fall through, and the fans don't know why. They would rather just a Bud Crawford fight get announced there, a Bud Crawford fight get announced there, a Earl Spence fight get announced over there, negotiations fall out, and that's the only news that they get through. Because they want to give you the why. Yeah, they don't want to know what it really was or know why for real. They want to be able to paint the picture of why and try to tell you this is why it didn't happen. This is why. This is what's going on. This, without any information. Because, see, the more information that you're given as a fight fan, the more so you just put the puzzle pieces together and you just react to what's going on. That's the type of shit that I like as it pertains to the business of boxing. I don't want to have to try to interpret the shit. I don't want to have to try to make things up. I just want to follow the truth, regardless of if it shines in a positive light or a negative light for a fighter that I support. Some people want to paint the truth for you. And if the more information you get, the less that they get to paint, because that picture's already been painted, if that makes sense. And so that's the real reason. That's the real reason why Crawford fanboys would say shit like, I just want to see the fight. What they making or what they offering or the negotiations, it's not our business. It's not our money. Because you know damn well if it come out that they was offering Bud way more money than he ever made and he turned it down, you know that's going to make your mans look like a duck. And Bud Crawford is my mans too. I'm a fan of him. But if he the reason that I don't get to see him fight Earl Spence because he being unreasonable, I'ma cook his ass. If Earl Spence is the reason that I don't get to see him fight Terence Crawford, I'm cooking Earl ass. All we saying on this channel is keep the same energy and stop with the fake shit. And that we see through all of y'all, bro. We see through it over here. And maybe that's why people, you know, maybe that's why they take shots from the sideline but won't never get in the game. I don't know. Because they know I see through the bullshit. And they know they can't mess with me when it comes to this topic or any boxing topic. Shit, to be real, half of the fighters that I talk about, a lot of you dudes don't even know. If I bring up the fighters that I talk about on my channel, some of y'all would have to hit Google to see who they are. Real talk. Like, where's the content on the Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight? I don't see y'all talking about that. You know who that is? Come on over here if you need education on who. Like, what's your thoughts on that fight? Did you see Raymond Ford the other night? You know who that is? A lot of you dudes is Bud Crawford or bust. Bud Crawford and nothing else. And that's cool if that's what you gonna be. I just ask that you keep it real. I just ask that you let people know the real reason why you don't pocket watch. The real reason why you don't discuss the business of boxing. You don't do that shit because the conversation will never be in you or your fighter's favor. And you don't want to know what's going on with negotiations because you don't want your man shined in a negative light. And you know that as the B side, if he's made a fair and reasonable offer and he don't take the shit and it comes out that he was made a fair and a reasonable offer and didn't take the shit, then all that bullshit you've been talking, all that bullshit he been talking, all that bullshit his team's been talking, all that shit falls by the wayside and you get exposed for the narrative pushing, lying ass, fake ass, fraudulent ass people that you are. That's why you don't want to discuss the business of boxing. Especially when it pertains to Earl Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford. That's just real talk, bro. Tell me I'm lying. I dare you to tell me I'm lying. And then, when the shit get announced, when the fight get announced, because it's going to be one or two things. It's going to be three things that happen with this fight. The fight not going to happen and it's going to be Earl Spence's fault. The fight not going to happen and it's going to be Bud Crawford's fault. Or the fight is going to happen and Earl Spence is going to be proven to have never been a duck in the first place. Two of those three ain't good for you dudes. That's why I believe some of y'all don't even want the fight. And that's why I believe y'all don't even want if the shit fall through, y'all don't even want to know why it fell through. Because there's a 67% chance that your ass gonna be eating crow or talking about a completely different topic. You gonna make live streams and videos like you never said all the bullshit you've been saying. It's only three things gonna happen, bro. They gonna fight, and it's gonna be proven that Earl Spence was never ducking Bud Crawford. That ain't good for your narrative, right? Or they not gonna fight, and it's gonna be Earl Spence's fault. Or they not gonna fight, and it's gonna be Bud Crawford's fault. Those are the only three outcomes, bro. And me, knockout, quote me on this shit, I'm comfortable roasting whoever deserve to be roasted on all 3 of them. Are you? I bet your ass ain't. Time gonna tell, man. Exposing you dudes. 1 video at a time, 1 live stream at a time. Come holler at me, though. It's cool. No beef. No real beef. It's just YouTube. 7:30 p.m. Wednesday. 7:30 p.m. Thursday. I'll be here. Just let me know. Y'all go subscribe to the channel, man. Knockout Boxing 86 right here on YouTube. Go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. Breakdowns and predictions. Reach out to my email, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.